and shadows lost and weak. Crystals shimmered, hope they seek, revealing paths to sunlit peak. Oh, crystal light, my beacon bright, guiding me through darkest night. Your radiance heals with gentle might. From depths of despair I rise anew. Crystals whisper, dreams come true. Their energy flows, my strength they renew. Oh, crystal light, my beacon bright, guiding me through darkest night. Your radiance heals with gentle might. Oh, crystal light, my beacon bright, guiding me through darkest night. Your radiance heals with gentle might. I hold the crystals close to my heart. Their magic seeps a brand new start. With every step my spirit takes part. Oh, crystal light, my beacon bright, guiding me through darkest night. Your radiance heals with gentle might. Empowered by crystals I'll soar, with hope and light forevermore. Crystal light, my guiding force. Whisper winds through ancient stories.
Let me get it. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Let me know you can hear me. Let me start up Discord. Sorry about that. I was having a little bit of technical difficulty. Seems to be like the norm right now for my Virgo self during this we're not even Mercury retrograde, and I've already had internet issue, all kinds of stuff. So how are you guys today? How is your Thursday, day before Halloween? Woohoo! Are you ready to celebrate Day of the Dead, also Dia de los Muertos? I hung up all of not all of them. I usually have like an altar, and I couldn't do that this year. So I put them right behind me. I have their pictures. I have lights. You ready for Halloween, girly? Me too. Welcome, welcome. So, how are you? Do you have your cards? What have you guys been up to? Take some time if you're not driving. Get yourself a nice beverage. Grab your cards, a candle if you have it. So wonderful to see everyone. I'm MamaCole. I'm going to open our circle. MamaCole, Cheryl Cole. I am a psychic medium with Psychic Insights. I do tea time once a week on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. This is my way of just giving back to the community. I am a psychic medium. I do tarot divination, pretty much divination of any kind. I also can connect you to your loved ones. I'm also a spiritual guide, coach, oracle, seer. I do a lot of remote viewing. So there are times like when I do your cards, I could see where you're sitting, or when I do readings with your loved ones, I will see, a lot of times I see like cultural things in their homes and things like that. So I also do forensics. I work on missing cases, and I'm also a crystal master and Reiki master. So today I'm going to draw some cards. Also, I'm here to, if you have any questions, if you've had any experiences this past week, that's good. I'm glad. This past week, hold on, there we go. Had to ban somebody. Um, this past week, the veil has been very, very thin. So if you're having any experiences or things like that, please know that yes, they are 100% real. Nothing to be scared of. Um, very common. So let's talk about it. What have you had? I've had some myself. I've had some spirits that I did not really welcome, who I've had to ask to leave. Nothing bad or anything, just bad life experiences with them, and I just don't want to welcome them in. I've also had my great grandma, who is right here, Grandma Rose, Rose. She, I smell her all the time. I smell roses, and she's part of the reason that I love tea so much. So she's really been around. Um, and some that I don't really have names for, a lot of ancestors. I've had a lot of experiences in the past week or so. Just know that the veil is very thin right now. It's totally normal to have experiences, dreams. You could be woken up at 3:30 in the morning. 3:33 is my common time. And any messages that you get, if you have time, go ahead and write them down. Hello, Sila. How are you? So anytime that you get messages, write them down so that you can contemplate them. You can also look and see if there's any patterns. A lot of times, hi Tawny, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. And I'm not sure, Sila, welcome. So I'm going to, if you have any questions, any experiences, go ahead and put them below. If you would like a card, hello Donna, welcome, welcome. Donna's one that I know has been having experiences, and she's awakening. So a lot of times, and I know right now the planetary alignments are insane. For if you haven't awakened before and you are spiritually gifted, now is a time that there's a lot of people waking up right now. Like a lot of experiences, a lot of what I call downloads. Um, of course, Tawny. Of course, of course. I'm going to be doing cards, so we'll do that. I also, if you have your decks, grab your decks, okay? Because I did get some questions beforehand that I thought would be really good for us to all to go over. This is shadow season. Samhain is a time that we do convene with our ancestors, that we honor them. We also start going into the dark and seeing parts of ourselves that we need to heal, or that we need to just accept, like dark parts of ourselves that were just created out of defense or love or whatever, but we need to accept all of them. Donna, you're still waiting for another job. I'm sorry. It'll happen. I know it will. Totally. Sometimes our time is not divine timing. Okay, so first I want to pull a card for all of us tonight. And if you have your cards, I'd like you to go ahead and grab your cards. Why don't you pull a card along with me? If you have your cards, go get your decks. I opened a circle. I have not lit our candle yet. I'm going to go ahead and light our candle while you guys grab your decks. If you don't have a deck, no worries at all. I do it for everybody, and that's why others in the group they're also drawing too. And I love it because what's really cool is everyone is in a different part of the world, and when we pull our cards together, our energies are all coming together, and watch how beautiful the messages are. We all will add to whatever message it is. Okay, hang on, let me straighten my hair. There we go. Okay. So the first question that I think we should ask, it's for the entire group. Let's go ahead and drop in first, though. If you're driving, please do not participate, or if you're operating heavy machinery, I'm just going to ask everyone, if you're not, if you could close your eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths so that we can invite, we want to invite love, gratitude, hope, peace, and happiness in as we breathe in. As we breathe out all the anxiety, worry, stress, all the crap of the day. You can just leave it here. Don't have to bring it with us for now. Okay, so breathe in. Peace. Breathe out all the stress. Picture yourself like actually setting suitcases or baggage down. Feel the weight drift off your shoulders. Just set it down for a while. If you need to pick it up after, you can. Okay, I'd like to go ahead and have you keep breathing really deep through your nose and out through your mouth while I go ahead and invite our guides, guardians, angels, ancestors, and loved ones, and our higher selves. May all the messages that come through be easily understood, very easily identified and validated. May they all bring peace and comfort to our soul, and all be for our highest good. Amen, aho, and so mote it be. Okay, all I did there was, you may open your eyes. There you go. All I did there was create a sacred space for us. I united us all together. When I had you breathe in the happiness and love, I had us just all unite. Okay, and the candle, if you have a candle, go ahead and light it. And imagine your candle, your light connects with mine. So we just created a beautiful little sacred circle. Now, I want to draw a card for everyone's highest good. Like, what messages, what is the focus of tonight's sessions? Ooh, we had a jump. Victory and success. It is time for us to toot our own horn. This is Samhain is like the new year. Like, this is the spiritual cusp of the year. So what have you experienced? How far have you come this past year? Donna, if you have your deck, could you go ahead and pull a card? Tani, I think you got a new deck too, didn't you? Could you pull a card? And anyone else, what do you guys get for like our theme for tonight? I get it's all about our victories and successes. What do you get? If you feel like sharing, I'd appreciate it. Let me pop over to Facebook and see who's over there. I am not seeing any comments over on Facebook. Hold on. Hey, I am so sorry. Now I can see your comments and I see a bunch of people. So hold on a minute. Let me catch up to you guys in the medium group. Hi, Stephanie. Aw, Renee, don't be freaked out over the picture that you sent me. All that is physical validation. Okay, I'm going to stop our card drawing real quick and answer everybody over on Facebook real quick. Okay, Renee had a really cool picture, and there's a person on the Medium page that does spirit portraits. So go ahead and share it over there. And it's a beautiful picture, and all that is a validation of your daughter being nearby. It is kind of freaky, but it's nothing to be scared of. Just know that her spirit was captured on film. That's all. And it's a validation for you. Gina wants to know, can I tell her what happened to her sitter when she passed? I'm not sure, but we can try to tune in or maybe pull a card for you, okay? Now, Stephanie says that she was in Disney World at the contemporary days after a young woman unalived herself. One night, I awoke very anxious and felt uncomfortable energy and thoughts that didn't feel like my own. Then our last days, I woke, saw a woman standing by the bed staring at the balcony. After it went away and every in our room woke, the clock read 4:44. That uncomfortable night, I asked for energy that is not mine and does not serve me to leave. Good job. And it worked. Very good job. So you took your power back. Yes. And it worked. I felt it. I felt better and was able to sleep. I also looked at the story when I got home and she jumped from the bay tower next to main tower. Yes. Yes. Okay, Stephanie, what happened was, yes, she had passed out, and it sounds like her spirit didn't cross over, and you probably more than likely are an empath. So you sensed it, or you're clairvoyant, claircognizant, but you were able to sense her spirit, her soul. And then when you recognized it, you asked for it not to be around you because it made you feel uncomfortable because she hadn't passed. You perhaps are one that can help guide them to the light, which is what she was looking for, was guidance. But please know, I'm really proud of you because what you did was you did take, that's exactly what you do. Demand them to leave your presence, leave your energy field, leave immediately. And you can do that, by the power of whatever you want. Some say Jesus Christ, some say, the universe, some say by source, or just by your own command. So that was perfect, Stephanie. Good job. And also, I want you to know, spirits like that, they can't do you harm. They could make you feel uncomfortable, and some of the residual energy that you could be feeling, some of the depression, the energies like that, the heavy negative energies you could feel, but they cannot physically hurt you or harm you or anything like that. They're just confused and don't understand what's exactly happened when they're like that, okay? So there's nothing to be afraid of. Most of that is, honestly, Hollywood makes us fear stuff like that, okay? That's okay, Tani. She doesn't have it on her. Hi, Amanda. Yes, Amanda. Okay. Now, Donna, you picked the Chariot card, which is perfect. You're the driver. You're moving on. So for victory and success, and we're moving on forward. We're the driver. We're in control, just like over in the Facebook, just like Stephanie. She was in control. Like at first you were scared and a little startled, but then when you realize, oh, wait a minute, that's what's called standing in your power. You're like, wait, I am in control of this. This ain't Hollywood. I don't have to just sit here and go, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. No, I'm not scared. Okay, I see you. I recognize you. I'm sorry, but you're not welcome here anymore. And they go. I also honestly feel that when you are starting to wake up, I do feel that's why you do need a spiritual coach or a guide or something, because you're like, when you start waking up and having experiences like that, you're like a big street lamp, like a huge street lamp in the middle of a field by the swamp. Okay, every bug, every spirit, everybody's going to come to you. You just attract it. And it's no fault of your own. You just have to learn to kind of, I do shielding. Hollis doesn't believe in it. I do, though. I totally like shield and stuff because I do attract, I've done it my whole life since I was 4 years old, attract all the spirits and have experiences like that. Go to burial sites. I've had experiences. Go to the war. Oh, what are those? The battlefields and stuff. I've had experiences. So there are places and times, if you're very empathetic or you have gifts, that you do need to learn just some spiritual house cleaning. And I do that. If you'd like an appointment, I can help you with stuff like that. So, did anybody else draw any cards? Thanks, Amanda. Stephanie? Yeah, light a candle. See, Anna says just light a candle for that soul. We're currently celebrating Day of the Dead, and these are lost souls that family have forgotten about them. Yes, today is the day of lost souls. And those who departed tragically in accidents. And just the ones that are forgotten. I think of, because I do work with the lost and missing on today, I think of the all the Jane and John Does that have passed. And I couldn't imagine how they're not identified. So I think of them often, like every year today. So let's do cards. I also do have my crystals, and I got like all my smaller ones. Let's see if you can see them. Yeah, you can. This is actually a ruby, a star ruby. Like I got some really cool ones in here. So, and I am a crystal master. If you would like a card or a crystal or both, and all I do ask is that you do give me permissions. And let's do an energy exchange. If you get a good reading, just give me a review. Yeah, that's my little one. I have my big bowls right here. I have tons of crystals, and because I'm in an RV, I have to like put them in bowls and containers. Okay, Tani, I'm very drawn to you today, of course. And I did feel, what's really funny is I did feel the presence of your grandfather today as I was getting ready. And what's funny is I did my own ceremony probably about 5 years ago. And I did a prayer ceremony at this time of year. And I did prayer lines on my fingers. And I've been seeing them the last like 3 days. And then I've been seeing your grandfather with the white war paint. And I'm like, I can't do that. So for Samhain tomorrow, before our seance, I was going to do the prayer lines. So you just being here is like absolutely validating that for me. As I was getting ready to connect with them, I saw him with the thing. So I'm going to do my prayer lines on my hands. And I saw like some of, I don't know, like my tribal history because my grandfather was adopted from the res, but something about rings very true. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So if you see me in Samhain and you see these marks on my hands, they're going to be prayer lines. So Tawny, I am needing him. I'm full of anxiety right now. Not sure why. Okay. So Tawny, just with that, is there some kind of marking you can do? Have you looked into prayer lines? What prayer lines are, like a protection, a calming, like you can know that ask your ancestors and loved ones, have them represent like your grandfather. Do one I keep saying tutu, but I know she's not your tutu, your aunt. That's represented by the fire. Like maybe draw like lines of like flames on one finger or something. And I used to get like the tattoo markers. Even Sharpie works just fine. Okay. Yeah, what's really funny is I've always had ties to Maori, Samoan, and Tongan. I've always had roommates, friends who are those. And I feel that there's something like in maybe my past life or something, because I'm always very tied to those, and Hawaii, from living in Hawaii and stuff. But I've always had like a soul. Yeah, try that. I have my tattoo down my leg, which is from. Oh, okay. So then maybe that's what they're showing me is like, okay, your tattoo is from your tribe. Then maybe can you mimic the pattern? Maybe somewhere more visual that you'll see to remind you or something, Tawny. Okay, I'm gonna drop in more fully now. And I'm actually hearing drums and chanting, almost like the Haka, like chanting like loud, like warrior chants. Rest and rejuvenate. Okay, Tani, have you been doing a whole lot? Now's the time to just relax, take care of yourself, go within and recharge. Okay? Stop worrying. That anxiety, it's time to just set it down for a little bit. Actually picture yourself putting the suitcases down. Okay, sit your butt. Imagine yourself sitting in the woods, smelling of the air. He's totally embracing it. See his hands, palms up, totally embrace. You need to let go of the material. Been traveling up and down the coast and nonstop working. Have you taken time to just look at the coast? Have you even put your feet in the water or like stopped in the woods and smelled? I'm seeing more mountains. Like, are there mountains that you're traversing also? Because I'm seeing like you need to actually like touch. Defer my study till next year just to have a rest from traveling. Okay. Yeah, so that's validation for you. Okay, Tani? Now I'm going to see what. And I got. Oh. This is hematite. Hematite is a silver. Oh, no, this one. Yeah, that's what this is. I think this is really heavy to be hematite. Yeah. Not everything is. Yeah, hematite's really pretty and it's really powerful. It clears and cleanses everything. Hematite is like, and it's mirrored. See how it's mirrored? This is black and mirrored. See, it's like reflecting the lights on the camera and everything, my screen. Um, this is otherworldly. This is other dimensional. This is a stone for you to continue to work. You need to work with your ancestors. They keep calling, keep informing, they are there. But I was back on traditional grounds. There's something really cool spiritually about your traditions and your ancestors, and you really need to allow them to teach you from the other side, Tani. That's the messages that I'm getting. Okay? Rest and rejuvenate. And as you rest and take care of yourself, the messages will come through. And then you can continue on with the teachings. But right now you need to like soothe and enrich your soul. Okay? I hope that helped and resonated. Okay. Yes, Stephanie. I see you. And hi, Wendy. Welcome. Welcome, Kokam. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you, Makwa. You're so welcome. Okay, so I'm going to hop back over here. Okay, so just tune in, and this is the time that you work with your ancestors, okay? The veil's very thin this time of year. They can't hurt you. Your ancestors are super powerful and super strong because I've worked with you. I've done readings with you. Just allow their teachings to come in, and they're really powerful. Like you're from a family of healers, and I want to learn more. Like I want you to progress and share your experiences with us because it's so amazing. Okay. So I'm going to clear your energy, and I'm going to go over to Donna. Donna. Now I do have some questions that I kind of made some questions. Let's see. Okay, now there's 3 questions, okay? Yeah, they are very strong. I do need to learn more. Thank you, MamaCole. You're an angel. I'm not an angel. I'm just me. But you're so welcome. And seriously, when you're ready for another session, let's go, okay? And you can get me PsychicInsights.Life /MamaCole. Okay, so Donna, I don't feel like one of the questions, whatever question it is you have in your head, let's draw on that, okay, Donna? Donna. First off, you're forgetting your strength and your worth. You're not defined by your place of employment or your job. That is not doesn't define you or Yeah, this is a tower moment. Okay? You're in what's called a tower moment. That's where there's lots of disruption and things are breaking down and changing and we're getting disrupted and everything else. But you know what comes from tower moments? Beautiful new beginnings. Okay? So hang in there. Don't let it overtake you. And don't see how his arms are crossed. He's like, ugh. Don't fight it. Just relax. Breathe into it, Donna. All will be okay. It's just you are in a tower moment right now. I'm going to pull one more card for clarification on the tower. Yeah, look at that. You couldn't have gotten any better than that. So, right after your tower moment, this is the full card. This is the new beginnings. Look at you. Step out and the universe is yours. You have everything. So, Donna, this is just breaking old cycles, things that no longer serve you, okay? So, I know that it's hard, especially this financially and everything else, but you will get through this and it's going to be a new beginning, okay? So just be patient, hang in there. Yay! I'm glad, Tani, because I love working with you. I like working with all of you guys. Like, I really, yeah, we love him too. Oh, no. We got it, Jesus. You know what's really funny is I'm an ordained minister. I love when and they love it when I throw scripture back at them. Like, but he's gone. You're so welcome, Donna. Now I had Stephanie. Hold on. I see you guys over on Facebook. I'm sorry. I'm going to get to you, Stephanie. Hi, Anna. Hi, Makwa. Yeah. Now, Stephanie, I'm going to drop in because Stephanie says she'd appreciate a reading and further guidance. I felt more anxious since, even though I handled it at the time. You know, some of that anxiousness I get for you, Stephanie, is validation. Like sometimes it can shake you to your core when you realize this stuff is really real. When you realize the other side really is real, they really do interact with you, they really are there. Renee had the same experience. You know, she had a experience that has shook her to the core. And what that is, it's human, it's normal. Okay. Anxiety is normal. Being overwhelmed is normal. Being like, oh my gosh, wow. Okay. Especially when it's a validation that your daughter's on the other side, for sure. Yeah, that would freak you out. But that's your muggle mind. If you take your muggle mind out of it and you feel with your heart or your third eye or your soul, my daughter's at peace. That soul wasn't at peace, but I was able to send them away to where I had peace. Okay? So all of these experiences that you guys are having, although sometimes they can be scary, they can be overwhelming, you're always safe, you're always in charge. And sometimes our muggle minds can't make sense of it, and that's okay. It's not supposed to. If your muggle mind can't make sense of it, then try to feel into it with your heart, your soul, your third eye, your crown, your faith, whatever it is, okay? So with that, Stephanie, I'm going to drop in. Yeah, Stephanie, I get your soul needs a lot of soothing. You're one that may attract like broken souls, desperate souls, because of your gifts and your abilities. And you also, I sat there and shuffled these like crazy. You also are the fool embarking on your journey. Okay, everything is right ahead of you, Stephanie. You're the one that has to embrace it. You have all the tools. You got your knapsack. You got good sturdy shoes. Like you're real practical. You stepped out the door and you're ready to go. The world is your oyster. What are you going to do with it? Okay, the anxiety and stuff. Yeah, you're anxious because things are shifting and changing and you can never go back. Once you've had some of these profound spiritual experiences, you can't go back and pretend that it doesn't exist or it didn't happen. Like there's no way. So it's all a new beginning. Okay. And it's, of course, we drew that twice tonight. I mean, look at how many cards I got here. Out of 78 cards, we drew it twice. Come on, what are the chances of that? So Stephanie, know that you are on the right track. You are awakening. It could be a scary time. When you have those anxious feelings, try to feel into it. Is it anxiety, or are you sensing a spirit or a soul? Like, is this your energy that you're feeling, or is it someone else's around you? Okay, start. There's cues to that, and start just feeling into it a little bit. Okay. I love you too, Donna. Yes, Tammy. And then I saw you too, Wendy. Okay. Tammy. Now I feel like see that picture, it looks like you're like on my arms, like right here, like your shoulder, this part of my arms, I feel like a heaviness, or like on my shoulders and my arms. So I don't know if your loved one is or if you have issues with your shoulders and your arms, or if someone around you had issues with the shoulders or arms, or someone was very heavy, like I feel like weighed down, or maybe he's hugging me or something, but there's a gentleman um, presence around you that I feel. And I'm not sure, I've never had that um, feeling before. So it's just a different, just around like my arms, like how when you wear a shawl and it goes over this part of your arm, like your shoulder, like not your shoulders, but like your forearm, and it's like you're in a shawl, but it's heavy, like a presence. Memories of love. Okay. What memories are you holding on to that may not be serving your highest good, Tammy, that you kind of need to put down? These could be like memories that you're comparing, like old loves, or maybe some I shoulda, woulda, coulda, shouldas, things like that. So that would go along with the heaviness that I felt. So are there some heavy feelings that you need to put down this shadow season that maybe aren't serving your highest good? Thank you. This is a very old deck. I actually got it from a retired psychic myself. It was like her third deck that she had of these. She said she'd worn out the other two. She was like 80 years old when I got it. And I've had it probably 5 years myself. It's the Psychic Tarot. I love this deck. I have like 30 other decks, but I use this one all the time. So, Tammy, could you share with us, if you feel like it, whatever it is that's heavy right now, that's memories of the past that woulda, coulda, shouldas, okay? And I get it's involving a gentleman. I don't know if this is your husband or your dad. Yeah, it's really pretty. And they go with the traditional tarot, but so much more, especially that's why they're psychic. Like, so if you're a psychic medium, they're really nice to work with. So Tammy, just let me know, and let me know how that resonates. And please know you're in charge of these. This is the time of year. So just go through. When you start having memories of these woulda, coulda, shouldas, please know that's your husband that passed away. Okay. Okay. He's wanting you to realize that he is at peace and you don't have to carry the burden anymore. So he's right there with you, but I do get that you carry some kind of burden, and you need to, it's okay to put it down. Okay. I hope that helped, Tammy. I'm not sure exactly, but he says that you know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, I get it as your husband 100%. Okay. You're so welcome, Stephanie. Okay, Miss Wendy, and then I'll get right to you, Makwa. Okay, so I hope that helped. Okay. Yeah, it was very clear. So I'm glad it did resonate, Tammy. So please know, and that goes for a lot of us are carrying a lot of baggage. And when someone we love, especially like your spouse, passes, of course you're going to have doubts, or I wish I would have done this, or I could have done that, or what if I would have done this? But just know that there's woulda, coulda, shouldas. No, it's okay. You did everything to the best of your ability when you were, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so I'm going to, Wendy, trying to do my little banners here. Wendy. Now, Wendy, I'm actually seeing like a table with a bunch of food on it, like bowls, like chips, candy, punch. No entrees though. Like, that's different. Yeah, there's no entrees. I'm just seeing, and some kind of like loose decorations around them. So I'm not sure if you're having a party or somebody's having a party, but I'm seeing, as soon as I dropped in, I saw these bowls, and they're just like crystal bowl, like Dollar Tree plastic bowls. You know what I mean? It's nothing fancy. It's just like 3 or 4 bowls, and there's like candy, punch, chips, and something else, and some kind of loose like decorations or like sequin things or something like around it. I don't know if that's giving you a validation of something or somewhere that you've been recently or something you're doing. Okay, and this is to connect you, your base chakra. Okay, so hang on just a minute. Your base is your connection to Mama Gaia, to Earth, your grounding. So I get maybe that's, oh wow. And your crown. Okay, there's 7. That's really funny. I've been shuffling these. Your crown is your connection to the divine. So you are very grounded, like your connections are earthy, spiritual, and that is where your power lies. Wow. Wendy, what have you been up to, woman? Your late mom's tables. Okay. So your mother is telling you to get back to your roots, because that's what the base chakra is, okay? Get back to your roots. Remember your faith, and that's where you will find your power, which is so much like the cards that we drew, the chariot earlier, where we're in charge and we're charging forward. Okay, you need to connect with your roots, which would be your mom. Okay, so this is like grounding, and this is working with ancestors this time of year. Listen to the messages. If you see ancestral pictures, if pictures just pop up, oops, some of mine keep falling, but if pictures just pop up, try to connect with them. Why did I just find this picture of my great-great-grandma? Oh, she must have something to say. Pay attention to scent, smells, okay? Because these are your connections to the divine. They're divine beings now, okay? The messages that you get from your crown, okay, not only do you get them through your third eye, but this is like how you receive golden light, golden energy, Christ consciousness, some call it, universal consciousness, Reiki. That's actually just love. Okay, that's how you receive through your crown, then it goes down through all of your chakras. Okay, so be aware of any messages, tingles, sensations, because your power, you're extremely powerful. Okay, you're very loyal. Remember that. Don't forget who you are and where you come from, Wendy. That's a beautiful reading. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. You're trying to ground yourself. Okay. So sometimes what looks like grounding to one person may not be grounding to another person. If you're not able to ground with like putting your feet on the ground, see if you can work with plants. Like play with your plants. Drink tea. Tea is a way to ground. Take baths, salt baths. Like some people ground fire. You know, burn a fire, burn stuff. Everybody grounds differently, so experiment and see how you do, okay? And if you need help, I'm here and I can help you, okay? That's part of my spiritual work, is I can help you connect and see what's going on. Now let's go to Makwa Kokum. She says that they've dropped their control over others. It's hard, but I'm doing it. Good job. Makes life much easier not wanting to control everyone and everything. We are constantly growing and changing. It's nice not wanting to fight against it. Things that don't serve me are very slowly disappearing. I know. I'm having that experience too. Like, totally. I think it's part of our crone years too. I really think it's part of us moving into our crone years and being wiser and just not giving a we do not care anymore attitude. It's not up to us to control and save the world. We can only save ourselves. We're not in charge of their drama or anything. Okay, so Makwa, you wanted a card too. Hi, Shaylin. Welcome. Better late than never. Grab your drink, get your cards if you have them, and let's hang out. Okay, so Wendy, that was really powerful, Wendy. I hope it resonated. And Makwa, I hope it's okay I call you Makwa. That's how I met you. You'll always be my Makwa. And I don't know what that means, but I love it. Okay. So Makwa. You need to stop denying the eye that you see from above. I get like you're seeing like Hawkeye or Eagle Eye or something from above. You need to allow that vision to exist and continue. Oof. Ooh. Because you are super, super strong and spiritual. You're so welcome, Wendy. Brissom. Oh, Brissom, it's perfectly okay. Okay. So please know, Makwa, how spiritually strong and powerful you are. And the very first thing I got was a vision of a bird. I saw an eagle, but it quickly went into like a hawk or something. But then that didn't even matter. The bird did not matter at all. It was the vision from above. And exactly like what you said, the small stuff does not matter. You need to see the big picture and be aware of the big picture because that's what matters. Okay. And this. You are a spiritual BA and you need to remember that, okay? And these are like your guides, guardians, and your higher self behind you. You are strong, you are committed, and you need to just keep moving forward. And this is also about having faith in self and self-love and commitment to self. Because see how this guy is lifting stuff, but his eyes are closed in deep meditation. So is he. This is about going deep within and finding self. So you're looking from above and you're also finding yourself from within. Ooh, that's a really good message for this time of year because Samhain is all about us going within to discover our spiritual selves. But you are also supposed to go within and see from above. I hope that helped. Okay, hello. Yeah. Hello, Amanda. Of course. Anna Crystal. I'm going to do your crystal first, Amanda. Amanda. And what I do is I have this whole crystal ball. I don't even know how many crystals in here. And I just play with them and I reach around until I feel I don't look. I get like a hot sensation or a feeling and I know exactly which one you're supposed to have. Ooh. What is that? I'm pretty sure this is lapis. Let me get my flashlight. You got a lapis lazuli star. I'm almost positive. Oh no. Ooh, what is that? It is not. It looks more like a green. Oh, it looks really. Look at that. Holy cow. Can you see how it goes? I didn't even know it did that. This is green moss agate. Oh, I don't want to bind it. Okay. It looks like petrified moss. And I wish I could. There you go. Isn't that cool? Amanda, this, whew, this is like Fae. For you, I get Fae and magic and elemental. Okay. But the stars are also like, have you forgotten magic? Have you forgotten your imagination, Amanda? Have you forgotten how magical you are? That's what I'm getting the messages for you. Did you used to like play with the fae and elementals and like gnomes and stuff when you were a kid? And I also get, okay, this is you. Okay, this is you suffering in silence. This means that you're like holding these emotions in and you have forgotten how magical life can be. Yeah. Oh, you did, and you feel lost. It's okay. This is you totally feeling lost, isolated, and abandoned, looking at the world, but you're right on top. You're right on the edge of the cliff. Okay. If you remember the magic that you experienced as a child, know that that's real. How would I know about that? I would not know about that. Okay. But they remember, and your soul remembers. You don't need to suffer in silence. Okay. You need to use that throat chakra. If you don't speak up to yourself, like to others, speak up to the fae, to the man, I need some help. Yeah, I do need some magic in my life. I need some hope. I need some direction. Um, I would highly suggest that Mystics Academy, honestly, because you need to embrace your magic. That's total validation, confirmation. If you haven't already, you need to embrace your magic, Amanda. Now is the time. There's nothing to fear. Yours is really cool, elemental. And I didn't even know. I thought this was lapis lazuli. I was going like Egyptian stuff. No, I didn't even know this. I had this. Like, and this is a cool. They don't look like this. Usually moss agate. Like, did you guys see how cool this looks? Look at that. You can see the moss. Look at that. That is one of the coolest pieces of moss agate I have ever seen. And in person, it looks like actual moss. Like you can see in clear, it looks like moss in clear quartz. You're so welcome, Amanda. So please know you are magical. Those experiences that you had as a child are real. Our muggle minds can't wrap our brains around them. But that's where you're going to find your success. What's really cool. And then I got the universe. So the universe is yours. You are made of stardust. You are magical. You're beautiful. Okay. You just have to remember it and stop isolating yourself in silence. I hope that resonated. And I'm so glad you're here, Amanda. Thank you for being here. Like, thank all of you for being here. Chi Migwitch, my niche. It makes sense. Really hard. I was visited by a hawk yesterday, actually. Of course you were. Because I saw the birds, but the birds weren't the important part of the message. But the red-tailed hawk is one of my spirit guides too. So that they had to have that validation in there for you. You're so welcome, Wendy. So I'm glad that helped. I've been drinking coffee milk. It's really funny. Yes, Shaylin. Shaylin, I feel like I know who you are, but I don't know who you are. You're so welcome, Amanda. You're so welcome, honey. I'm so glad you guys are here. And remember, I do this every single week. 7 o'clock every single week. I am here doing cards, whatever it is that we need. Okay, Shaylin. Now, Shaylin, as soon as I dropped in with you, I got really dizzy. Head stuff, like the top of my head. I don't know if you had a loved one or someone passed from like head stuff, like something like my head feels like it's swimming. So I'm not sure what that's a validation of, but and just as quick as it came, it left. So what does she? I also pipe smoke. Someone else also has pipe smoke around. You have a lot of loved ones on the other side. Ooh, financial material changes. Okay, this means, you see that? Financial material changes. So what changes do you have ahead? Okay, this means like whatever you're going through, it's okay. It might be a little rough, but remember what you've been taught about your finances and the changes, and know that everything is for your highest good because it's always going back to the riches. See the finger, the rings on the finger? So there's different paths and choices. Just make sure that you're prepared because there might be some tough times, but you will get through them as long as you stay focused. Okay, Shaylin? I wonder what that has to do with is your head like spinning, or like there are a lot of changes going on so much that your head's like literally spinning? Is that what I got that for? I'm just curious. If you'd like to share, if not, it's okay. But I get maybe just like one path at a time, one decision at a time, and know that it'll be okay. All right? Yeah, Kokom, that was a good validation for you. So, and Shaylin, I also want to get a crystal for you. To help this. Ooh, you got a star too. Ooh, what is yours? Your star's bloodstone. I'm going to double check though because I was not expecting that other one. I bought a whole set of stars and I was putting them in the shop, and for some reason I didn't put them in the shop. I kept them myself. Yeah, bloodstone. Bloodstone will help you with your pain. Are you having like head issues or something? Bloodstone helps with pain, Shaylin. Okay, so if you're looking something for pain, stress, anxiety to help calm and bring you down, look into some bloodstone, okay? It will really help you. It's okay, Emily. You didn't miss nothing. I don't even know what time it is, but don't be sad. You're fine. We're good. I'm still here. I can get to you, Emily. You didn't miss nothing at all. You're in perfect divine timing. Okay? So let me know if that helps, Shaylin. And bloodstone, bloodstone is really good if you have chronic pain. Okay? If you need grounding, it's a good one for grounding too, Amanda. So that would be a good one for whoever it was that needed the extra grounding and wasn't sure how. Stones will really help for grounding too. Okay, so Miss Emily, if you would like a reading, just let me know. And I do want to do want to encourage people tomorrow night with the Mystics Academy. We are doing a Samhain seance, and we're going to do readings, like full readings. This I'm just pulling cards right now, but tomorrow night we're going to do some like deeper readings. Miss Emily, if you would like a card, just let me know. Okay, and how is everyone doing over in Facebook world? Miss Renee, she was here and then she ran off. I don't know where she went. Okay. And Emily, did you want a card? And right here's where you get a reading. If you'd like a reading, divination, I also do spiritual coaching. I also do crystal healing, chakra work, just about anything you could use. Now is a really good time too. I do Wheel of the Year. This is our spiritual new year, so we could do like the next 12 months to see what's going on. Donna had one. Hers seemed to be pretty darn accurate. I love doing Wheel of the Year. I also like to help you. This time of year is a great time to go like your past life and your Akashic record and see what parts of yourself that you need to integrate or that would help serve your highest good. Or perhaps if you're carrying some traumas that you can't figure out what is going on or having some crazy experiences, let's look at your past lives and let's see if this is something that you're carrying forward. I had a witch wound that I actually carried forward from past lives, which I thought was absolutely crazy. But yeah, it really does. So Miss Emily, would you like a card? If so, just let me know. You're not that late. And let's see. And I hope everyone's doing well. I cannot see any comments at the moment. I'm not sure why. Sarah, are you still here too? Because I saw Sarah did. She wanted a card too. Sarah, are you still here? Sarah Smiley? Just let me know in the comments, guys. Because it only says I have 2 people here now. So if you need a card, just let me know. If not, I'm going to pull one for all of us for the week going forward and see what we need to know. And I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night. If you can join us with the Mystics Academy, I think it's like $11 for the month. And you get the free reading parties and stuff like that, which I think is well worth it. So if you are here, Sarah, let me know. And Emily, if you would like a card. If not, it's okay. No worries. I don't see any comments. So I'm going to go ahead and see what message we need for the coming week. What message does the collective need for this? Destiny. Destiny. Know that we are all on the path that we are supposed to be. Okay? The wheel is changing. Some of it could be harsh, some of it could be good, but it's all for our highest good. Okay? It is all for our destiny. And know that whatever is it's always your highest good. Okay, so things are ever changing and ever flowing. Yay, you joined. I'm so glad. I'm excited to see you tomorrow night, Makwa. Okay, so please know whatever is going on in your life this coming week, just hang on. It's going to be a wild ride. Things are going to happen, but always know that it's for your highest good. Okay, so I hope that resonated. Does anyone have any questions or anything before we go? I'd like to, let me check real quick. Yay, Makwa. Okay, let's go ahead and release, close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. I'd like to release our guides, guardians, ancestors, and loved ones in our highest self. Thank you so much for the clear messages tonight. Thank you for everything. Amen, aho, and so mote it be. Okay, now this coming week and tonight and tomorrow night, know that the veil is thin. Any messages that you get, experiences, scents, sensations, dreams, things like that, let's write them down, okay? Write them down and share them and know that they're real. They're really happening. You are safe. You're always protected. And you're always in control, okay? And if you need me, if you'd like a session, go ahead and I'm right here. I can help you if you have any questions. I'm also on Facebook. Like you can ask in the mediums group. I love this time of year because everybody loves psychic mediums this time of year, but also because the experiences and the messages are so beautiful and profound. And I love when your loved ones show up for you during this time of year. So please know that the love never ends. It does go on forever. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow night at the seance, and have a good night. Thank you so much.